With me now, I have Mr. and Mrs. Wilson. Let's meet them. Welcome,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you very much,
Welcome,
Mima.
madam. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Thank you for coming.
you.
How are you doing? Very well. How's everything with you, sir?
Perfect.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. A few days ago, your wife came to complain about the situation with your marriage right now. I'm aware that you've been having difficulty lately, and that's why I decided to invite you to see what the problem is and what we can do to help resolve it. So, madam, what is the problem?
Mima, this man here is my lovely husband, who I've spent part of my life with. And he just changed after the death of our only daughter.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry.
Since then, I noticed changes of character in him. That is why I brought a complaint here. Because we hardly eat together, and our sexual life is so boring. When I try to make advice, he either ignores me or walk out of me completely. I don't really know what to do. I'm so tired.
I'm so sorry to hear about your daughter. Sir, what do you have to say?
Mima,
Yes, sir.
this woman also told you that she masterminded the death of her only child.
Wow, how did she do that?
As a lorry driver, I'm always on the road. I hardly stay home. And this woman, after her daughter's death, I heard from neighbors how she used to allow useless miscreants to mess up with my daughter. She took in the process. And she couldn't even tell me she took her far away in another state for an abortion. And in the process, my daughter died.
How old was she?
She's just 14, my only child.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You know when we had her, the doctors told us that it will only be by God's grace for her to conceive again and have more babies. She herself, you can ask her. She even walked up to me and told me to pick a second wife, but I refused because I loved her. I love this woman. But all those love and affection died with my daughter. In fact, I am so tired of this marriage. I'm no longer interested.
I'm so sorry, sir. Please calm down.
No, I want to live my life. I need peace.
In fact, Mima, I really want to know my stand in this marriage.
Better.
And I'm just thinking for divorce. What is all this rubbish?
Calm down, madam. It hasn't gotten to that yet. Please calm down. Sir, so, what's the way forward? What do we do?
The only way forward is divorce. I am tired. I am sick and tired of all these things. I don't want to be with her again because I look at her like my fellow man.
Wow.
Whistling, you are so wicked.
That's what you're saying, right?
So wicked.
When you killed her only daughter.
Please, just let me be. It is now you show your real self. What do you mean?
I have nothing to say to her.
God will help you.
Madam, why are you angry at him? What role did you expect him to play that he didn't play that's affecting you?
Mima, he's so involved in our daughter training. He was not really there for us. He was so harsh and unapproachable. He always talk about his business and abandon us, his family, people that he calls his own. And I tried my best. I was so much afraid because I know the kind of husband I have. That is why I took my daughter somewhere to I was just looking for a solution, Mima. I don't just know.
I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. Let's take the matter to our situation room.
This clandestine operation actually takes place all over the world. And okay, let's use for instance in Nigeria is punishable by up to 14 years imprisonment, as covered by the penal code and the criminal code.
What is punishable?
Abortion for up to 14 years imprisonment. And in the case of Aro versus Inyong and Udom, something like this happened. And the person who took the disease to get the abortion was actually held criminally responsible for manslaughter at the end of the day. You can imagine such heavy charges. Now, this situation is really, it's a bit saddening because the 14 years old child had to die for the woman to actually do something to not stain the reputation or incur the anger of her husband. So maybe a reason for doing that, it's not weighty enough for her to have taken her child to get an abortion, which is a crime. She ought to have found a better time to talk to the husband, maybe bring the family members to try and assuage the whole situation, make it easier for the man to accept what just happened, instead of committing such a crime and killing an innocent girl. Of course, we don't know why she got pregnant, how she got pregnant, but that is not even a bone of contention right now. The fact is that the child is dead, and as a result, the husband no longer loves his wife, and he wants no part to do with her anymore.
It got out of hands that this child had to, lose her life. Very sorry about that. It's not a good thing to happen in a family, and that's the only child they had. Now, my opinion will be that we find a common ground for both of them, for the husband to accept his own not being there for the family. She's only but a woman. And the woman, too, should take her own that she has done a kind of permanent damage to the marriage in the first place. So I wouldn't conclude for now.
It is quite impunity, wallahi tallahi, in the part of the woman. This man, you see, Mima, when I think about it, it is souring to the ear. This man is under the rain, is like a clarion call for him, trying to make the family come together, and he's looking even for the best for the family. The man can decide to be drinking gin in every junction and become wayward. But now he is trying to put the family together. This woman is busy sharing everything the husband has provided. Now the little girls, girls observe by what they see. I believe it's the same caricature of the mother she has followed. She has followed the footsteps of the mama. That's why in the first instant, she didn't even think about it, that to go for D&C, abortion in other words.
Malama Jebo, what gave you the impression that the woman was like that?
Thank you very much. Pregnancy, you don't drink it. It's an act. There are things that are instinct. For instance, sucking of breast. Nobody teaches you that. Is in you. But this woman, as a matter of fact, she is working in our local parliament, Korean movement. Then the daughter is observing. Then the daughter, as wayward as she could be, like the mother, could not even account for the seed she has swallowed. Now you want the man to welcome them and throw party for them? I think they should throw them out into the prison.
A woman alone can't get herself pregnant. Neither can a man get a child unless it is through a woman. What that tells us is that both parties are necessary in the development of a proper child. Many of us come from highly dysfunctional families where, there's sexual violence, there's domestic abuse, and all sorts of things. And we grow up accepting that as norm. This is why you hear men beat their wives up, because their father beats their mother. They don't know what normal is, and they don't even realize how bad what they're doing is. And so it's necessary, because you see, the effect on the society is really huge, and this is one of them. There are things that a father would have noticed and dealt with if he was actually involved with taking care of his child. If he was not away 90% of the time, maybe the story would have been different today. And now we have parents that are also permissive where they just indulge, it's okay, she's just a child, she's the only child I have, let's just, and you do that. So those two extremes are really bad. And I see two parents that are equally guilty. One of being too permissive, the second being completely absent from the life of his child. So raising children, even when we're separated or divorced, I strongly always counsel patients and clients and people in general to ensure that when they are raising children, even if they are separated, there is provision for the children to bond with the father and also mother. And see, also what she says is very important. Communication in every marriage is really, really key. If you are too busy to listen, things can go really, really bad. Maybe at the time he was calling, she was calling the husband to, maybe if he was the kind of husband that's accessible, she may have been able to discuss this with him, and he may have come from, no, it's our only child. It has happened. Let her have the baby. We'll take care of the baby. The story would have been different today. And so it is on both sides, and I feel, both parties are guilty and have both done something wrong that has contributed to the death of their own child. I'm so sorry, sir. I know your heart is breaking. And madam, you've heard, our discussants as well. Each person is very passionate about this. And well, to be sincere with you, I must be honest. Parenting has to be by both parties. If you're away most of the time, your wife may not have the capacity to raise your child properly, because there are several things that you may notice and take care of as her father that she may not know how to handle. This is where you find children that are either overmothered and underfathered, or children that go out there and do drugs and find solace with older men or older women. This sugar mommy syndrome or sugar daddy syndrome stems from, most of the time, young children that never had that kind of figure growing up. And so I do not want to blame anybody. In therapy, we don't do that. We just find ways to problem solve and move forward. But I'm saying that I wish you were there more. And I'm saying that I wish she also talked to you more. And I'm saying that because of lack of communication in your marriage, and also because of the kind of parenting skills you have, this may have led to what has cost us the life of our daughter. I'm so sorry that you've had to suffer this pain. Okay, sir. So, what would you like us to do now, moving forward?
I still want a divorce.
Wow. You're still that way?
Yes, because I'm tired.
I'm so sorry. My advice would be that you should still try. The thing about divorce is that if you're going to walk away from a marriage, you need to know that you've done everything possible to save it. That's one. You find closure, that's two. And number three, you honor the memory of your daughter. If she were here, would she have liked for you guys to be apart? Is it possible that God may still bless you with other children? Is it possible to adopt children and still build a life and have that love in your home? Let's not take the route of divorce so quickly. I promise you, I'm going to be dedicated to you. We're going to run at least a 3-month program. If you will honor me with just holding on, let's work on this marriage. And let's treat these painful things that have happened and see how we can fix it. You've loved her for a long time, and I don't think love goes away that easily. I know you are pained. I know she is also pained. But please, let's give love a chance. Let's give God also a chance. Please. Okay? All right, then. There you have it. The process has started. It's going to get better from here.